Good morning, everyone. I know Andrew was on, and I hate to come on when he's on, but I just didn't want people to think I wasn't going on today, so I hope everyone is when he's on, but I hope everyone's doing well. I always forget to mute that. So I got a chance. Hi, Rationally. Hi, QP. Hi, Korrie. So I tried to catch up on some of the streams last night. I got home kind of late. Hi, Vanessa. And I fell asleep during, I think I tried to watch Amazing. I fell asleep during a lot of it just because I've just been sleeping a lot. A lot. I mean, it's just like I cannot not sleep for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, Korrie, I saw your message late last night. Thank you so much for asking about me and everything. And I'm fine. I just think through all this, though, it is a little bit emotionally draining, but also I've just been feeling the effects like crazy as far as, I mean, not seeing any because I don't really live anywhere to see any. I need to go back to civilization where I can see some, but hi, Brandon. Hi, Jet. But I, like, you know, just like what Andrew was just now saying, my head has been like almost vibrating for days, like 4 days. You know, and you just can't, you know, and I've been sleeping like crazy. My head's been vibrating like that. And then, well, then I looked at the Schumann and it's off the charts. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. A lot of people think it doesn't. Some people think it does. I should bring it up because it was crazy nuts. And I don't know if anybody else has talked about it because I haven't really been on. But I'm going to go ahead and bring that screen up because, you know, right when I was doing some kind of crazy stuff and feeling some weird stuff, this was going absolutely crazy. I mean, this is like one of the worst I've ever seen it. Excuse me. Okay, now I got to go to my other computer and look so I can see the chat. I don't know if you guys can see that. And it's so hard when you're busy and stuff because it's just like, you know, you want to catch everybody's stream, and it's just really, it's impossible. I mean, even if I put it on, you know, a minute and a half or two, it's just really hard. But anyway, yeah, that Schumann is nuts. Oh shoot! Now I gotta mute this one. I'm not very good at this yet. Okay, let me see if anybody else came in that I. Hi, Aqsa. That's true, Aqsa. Oh wait, I'm looking at a different one. Now, how did I get on a different? Ugh, I got on a different chat. That's so stupid. Let me get to the current one. I don't know how I did that. Although I was interested in what she had to say on that other chat. Okay, what time did it spike? Okay, well, when I look at this chart, it's exactly 12 hours different. They're 12 hours ahead of me, but I'm on mountain time. So, yeah, Korrie, I messed up. For some reason, I got onto a different video where I was interested in what she was having to say. I don't know how that happened. But anyway, so like right now, since it's 5:06 a.m. my time, it's 5:06 p.m. there in Tomsk, Russia. So that's how it's easy for me to tell because it's exactly 12 hours different. I think it almost has to be because every time this does this, I go a little crazy, you guys. And then like a lot of times when it's just blue and it's not doing, that's when I sleep. So Korrie, I didn't see because I was on a different video and I saw what she was saying in a different video. I don't know how I forwarded it to one that I had done a couple days ago or somehow some weird on my other computer. And she's not in here, I don't think, unless, yeah. Hi, Evie. Now, one thing I was noticing, you guys, and I was wondering if anybody had noticed this as well. But, you know, and looking, you know, I got to see obviously a lot of family members over the past few days. But like, not everybody has limbo rings, you know. I looked very closely. They were probably thinking I was nuts because I was looking closely at everybody's eyes. And so I don't know if you've noticed that with like your friends or family, that a lot of, I don't know if maybe it's just affected people who have limbo rings. I don't know. Now my niece does, but I guess, which I never really knew. But people have always, because see, I started feeling the effects so early. People have always commented on my eyes. So I don't know if I've had my limbo rings for a long, long time. I don't know. But, but anyway, I was looking at my family and friends' eyes pretty closely. And so Korrie, yours have gone in and out. That's odd. As far as I know, I've had mine for a pretty long time. Hi, Brandon. Yeah, I might have to check that out. There's so many streams I need to get caught up on. Not all affected people have limbo rings. Yeah, mine are super thick, but they were almost completely gone. That's interesting. I'm trying to check my eyes at least every other day because, like, for the hexagons and stuff too. Because sometimes they do seem hexagonish, and then other times they're just circular. So I don't know. Like right now, I don't know. This lighting isn't very good. But I do think it's weird that I can manipulate my pupils. I think that's weird. I do want to do a video on that though. Kind of cool, really. Now, I did catch some of Scotty Baylo's stream last night, and he was saying how he had heard me say about the scratches on my back, and he's the only one that I've heard say that. No, I don't think I've had them recently, although when I feel back there, it does feel like there's like a little tiny scab somewhere. But, you know, I think I told you guys about that dream I had too. That was so weird. Oh, I had a weird dream about MA last night. It was like it was just like he had sent me an email and it said, if you want to know everything that's going on, just, you know, watch my stream or I'll email you about it or something like that. And I'm like, what is it? You know, and then I woke up. So it's just kind of strange. Something to the gray eye thing I found. Stats change between went from. What are you talking about with the milliliter pupil? Are you talking about the size of it? Huh. Let me look at my eyes real quick. Most of the time my pupils are the same size. But they've always let in a lot of light. Like even my eye doctors used to say that. Because I used to have to wear sunglasses like all the time. My eye color has always been, like right now, it's green with yellow flecks and like a dark blue ring for the limbo ring. That's what it looks like right now. But I've always had a lot of yellow. I don't know. People were saying something about, I don't know what people were saying about the yellow in the eyes, but I've always had yellow even when I was little. My mom told me that. So, you know, get me caught up on if there's anything new, you guys, because I've just kind of been out of it lately. I know there's a lot of new animals and junk like that, but isn't there always? I don't know. Well, and then I read, I guess I just barely looked at Reddit this morning to see if there was something that I could talk about, and they said they found some new strands of DNA or some weirdness again. Let me see if I can find it. I don't go to Reddit or Retcon as much as I used to. Too many other things going on. Oh shoot, now where'd my stream go? I'm gonna have to close some of these out so I don't get confused. Oh, dang it, now I've lost my... I've got like 94 notifications. Oh, there it is. Good. Oh, the scratches. Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure if I was abducted or not, which I've never thought that before, ever. Okay. Oh, it said 250 million people have gray eyes? Huh. Yeah, I've never had any bite marks. That would be weird. But I've just, they're always in the same place around my back, too. I don't know. I think it's weird how Scott's eye color changes to brown. Now, both of my grandmas had brown eyes, so theoretically, I guess I could have brown eyes, but that would really freak me out if I ever had brown eyes, because I've never had that before. They've always been green with the yellow in it. But you're not going on, Korrie? Yeah, I don't know if I can stay on past an hour just because of my head feeling so funny. Yeah, I didn't get done with Patrick's, but he says he doesn't think this is a simulation, but I don't know. I mean, just like what you said about the script, Brandon, it just seems like it is to me, but... So it's iDNA? Weird. Okay, let me see what they said about this new DNA stuff. I just don't get how there's all these new discoveries all the time. Let's see, something about protein links along the DNA chain called histones. I don't know. It just seems like they're always finding new stuff, though. Darn it, I keep losing my... where I gotta close up some of these windows. Yeah, that's the problem with, like, you know, because he was saying how, like, other people were saying that, you know, we notice all the changes, but how come we're not trying to figure it out? Well, I think it's because it makes our brain hurt. Makes my brain hurt. Well, and then also it's easy to get, you know, so wrapped up in the why, and then, like, you see some of the evidences for some stuff, and you're like, well, if this is the case, what does anything matter, you know? And I don't want to have that nihilistic view of life, you know? I mean, I used to be like a way more positive person, you know, for a while. But it's kind of funny because, like, I realized, you know, since I've started noticing all the, well, I mean, I've noticed them for a long time, but since I've known about that it was an actual thing, you know, animals and kids love me, but adults really not so much. But at least I've got the animals and kids on my side, I guess. I don't know. My cousin's kids they like playing with me and stuff, and then my niece does too, but, and then animals are always constantly coming up to me. Like you know, like dogs will attack me in a good way. They'll just practically knock me down sometimes. Hi, Lindsay. Let's see. I hope I didn't miss anyone. I'm going to go back up at the chat. Looks like I got everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. But yeah, I didn't see you cuss in the chat, Brandon. Oh, Corey's not afraid to, though. Oh, are you saying that with the animals and the children, Korrie? I know, it's weird. They'll just, like, dogs will just, like, run up to me and knock me down, wanting me to pet him. I always never, before all this, I never really understood why people would say, well, I like animals more than people. That never really rung true for me, until like recently. Well, I've always loved animals, but I'm just saying, I never really understood that saying, but now I kind of do. Oh, goodness. My brain is hurting this morning. I might not go on for the full 45 minutes, or the full hour, I mean. I meant to say I probably might go on only for 45 minutes. I don't know. Sorry for the dead air. I'm reading through the chat. I've asked my kids about some of the video game changes, and they've noticed things. But like I said, they really don't care about stuff. So it's almost like you're on two different. Well, like Scotty Baylo was saying last night, how many different worlds have we been to? Honestly. Because I felt like the last few days, ever since Friday, that like I don't know. I think the whole sleeping thing, and then just the pressure that I felt in my head, and I feel like I've just been, going other places like a couple different times a day. And that's so hard because nothing stays the same, I don't know. Let's see. Sharky's saying, you think animals can hear us? It's the only way I was able to. Oh, that's cool. You cupped your hands around a flying hummingbird? Wow. Your head's been hurting for 2 weeks, Brandon? Yeah. Mine's like mostly in the front, in the middle is where it hurts. Sometimes in the back. Like right now, I have like a fuzzy feeling or something. I don't know. Well, and maybe animals can really. Or our intention anyway. They're more in tune with our vibe, so to speak, I think. Possibly. And children as well. They're more in tune with a vibe than adults. Well, and it's, like even the epilepsy dogs, they know when, an epilepsy attack is going to happen with people. That's kind of, it's scary in a way, but it's kind of neat in a way too, that they're able to do that and pick up on that. Oh, did Adam do a video about animals talking? I told you guys about my dream. I don't know. Maybe not all of you heard it, but it freaked me out that animals were talking in my dream. Well, and Bluebeard's dog says stuff, and I guess Scott says his cat doesn't do it anymore, but I don't know how you could put your hand around a hummingbird. That is nuts. I saw that video, Vanessa. Yeah, I've seen that. I mean, I guess it's, you know, you could just say, well, it's kind of just like a parrot, you know, they're just mimicking. But oh, they do that. Dogs can do that with diabetes too. I didn't realize that. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, QP, I love his channel for one thing, but they're just acting weird. Animals are just acting weird. Now, I haven't seen anything here. Like, people were talking about the birds. I haven't really noticed anything except for I do hear bird chirping early in the morning sometimes. But I haven't noticed like anything totally strange like some people have. Now, have you guys, this is something that intrigues me because, you know, I've looked through, since I was going through my storage units and stuff, you know, I've looked at a lot of my pictures, my old pictures, and I don't really think any of mine have changed. Have you guys had pictures change? Because that's something that, you know, I would think since, you know, I see other stuff and that I feel like I shift a lot, I would think that my pictures, my photos would change, but as of right now, I haven't seen any change. You've seen pictures change, Vanessa? Like, you know, I don't know. I mean, unless they're very minute changes, I guess. You know, like maybe something in the background or something like that. But in general, like camera angles, faces, they haven't really changed. You had your car license plate change? I need to look at my birth certificate again. Oh gosh, see, that would be crazy to see photos change, and maybe I have, but they were just so minute that I didn't notice it. But I normally pick up on stuff because even Scott Baylo, he said I was the first person to notice that he had changed it to Scotty. He's like, you're the first person that's noticed. I was like, oh, I saw that right away. Different facial expressions or poses. Color of your cardigan changed and your birthday hat disappeared. Yeah, I think I remember you talking about that. How can a license plate change? So bizarre. That's why I just almost don't trust anything. You know, and even people are different day to day. You know, nights are one day, meaner the next. Of course, I mean, that probably happened before, you know. I mean, that's just people's emotions. But it's a little bit different than just emotions. It's like a personality change type of deal, you know. License plate was wrong. Hmm. Well, now some states they'll change the license plate number, but some states you keep the same license, you know, and then you just put the stickers on. But I don't know. You think babies are bigger here? Yeah, I need to go back through some of my videos too, because even though I don't, you know, I don't put what I look like out there, there's some that I'm like, that doesn't sound like me, you know. I don't know. You look pissed off. Oh, Korrie, you don't look pissed off. That's funny though. Hi, Michael. How are you? It was never deregistered, Jet says, on her license plate. That's crazy. Well, I mean, people's hospitals have changed on their birth certificates and stuff. That's weird. Yeah, I live in a very small community, so like a change would be a huge deal. I've been watching this one place though, because the Q is really unique on their logo, and if it changes, I'll notice it because I've been watching it. It is scary, Jet. I mean, it's weird because, you know, things aren't supposed to change like that, you know, and it's just, I don't know. I mean, some people love all these changes. You know, they think it's great. I really don't. I don't know. I guess I just want, you know, of course, if I had a boring life, I'd probably want more excitement. So I don't know. Grass is always greener type of deal. What's RBF? Oh, I know what you mean now. It's a disability. Oh, that's funny. I like how honest you are about everything, Korrie. I think that's what I like about people in our community. Is like most people just hide their personalities, or not in this community, but like, you know, or they won't say what they mean, or, you know, whatever. And pretty much in our community, we just kind of lay it all out there, you know. Some people would think that's bad. Maybe that's what we have in common, you know, is that we're not afraid to say stuff. So what? You contact the police department to see if someone stole your plates? Oh, wow. Vanessa says, I wonder if we are meant to change. It makes sense if you believe we are spirit. Yeah, well, we definitely have a spirit and a soul, I believe, you know, I mean, but it's just, how can things be so constant for a long time? And then, of course, I don't know. I guess for me, it wasn't constant the whole time because I was seeing changes so early on. Let's see. You got a little restaurant. It was called DJ's. Closed in single porch. Now it's 2 restaurant and has 2 outside go closed in porches to eat. That is so crazy. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, me too, Korrie. Like people are straight up and don't beat around the bush. Kathy, are you going to go on after this by chance? Yeah, well, a lot of people hate it when people talk about end times, but the signs are all there for sure. And maybe that is part of it as well. You have the photos and they still show the wrong license plate. Yeah, well, it obviously shifted into... Okay, good, because I didn't want to go on past an hour anyways. I don't feel that well. Beat the bush, not around it. Oh gosh, Korrie, you're so funny. See, now that's weird too. Evie says the Staples store keeps moving. I just... People have talked about stuff like that. I've never really seen anything like that, but I don't live in a really busy area anymore. I live out in the middle of nowhere now. I mean, that might be changing, probably will change. And then I'll notice all those things all the time if I see it. Oh, I don't think it's going to change back, Jet. You know, I mean, I guess there are flip-flops, but I doubt it changes back, honestly. I would be surprised. Yeah, I mean, just look at all that white, Kathy. I mean, that's nuts. And see, I want them to go down further on their scale. You know, past 40, because obviously it's going past 40, you know? And the water fountain in the center of town keeps moving. I guess I'm going to have to look around my little town closer, but see, I'm not even really in town. Now, if like different Quonsets and shops start moving around here or something, or like all of a sudden there's a new tractor that just shows up, you know, that's a different brand or color, then I might notice that, I guess. And one of these days, it's cloudy today, but on a clear day, I want to go outside and be out there for the sunrise sometime. Now, yesterday was freezing just because it was so windy. Ugh. You don't think what exists, Kathy? On 421, the magnetosphere was open during a cosmic blast. Yeah. Oh, you don't think we can go back? Is that what you're saying? Well, when you switch places in the universe, you know, in the galaxy, when you're different events of, I don't know. Yeah, back where we came from. I don't think we can go back. I mean, I think there'll be flip-flops, you know, because, you know, just like, you know, what I've talked about before, how, you know, we're in, you know, the different realities, if they do exist, or like, you know, the pages of a book where we're just going one over. And that's why some of the changes are more subtle, but that's also, you know, the next one over from that might be, you know, a flip-flop. So I don't know. I just wonder how long that, you know, because I didn't really pay attention to all this stuff as far as where we were in the galaxy for a long time. I just wonder how long for me, you know, it'd be interesting to know that, to know like close to when it changed. Hi, Sharkay. Good morning. You wouldn't go back home, Korrie? I don't know. Brandon says there's a whole new apartment complex that popped out of nowhere. It wasn't there 2 weeks before. Yep. People say that all the time. I just haven't seen any big changes like that. When I do, I'll go crazy though. Now, there is something weird about, there's this building I go to sometimes, and the bathroom in it has changed, like the layout of it. And why would I notice that? I don't know, but that is the one thing that I have noticed that changed. But that's like the biggest thing. I mean, I don't have like buildings moving and stuff like that. What does que onda mean, Andrew? I'm not sure. I don't speak Spanish. I need to. I live in Colorado. I should have learned Spanish when I was little. If they just would teach it in schools, then you wouldn't, you know, you'd grow up learning it just like the Europeans do with English. Okay, Brandon, you think that we're in the same place, just everything is changing around us? Well, yeah, I don't know if it is parallel or if it is the same place changing. I go back and forth on that. Oh, what's up? Well, Andrew, I think it's great that you're going to be spending time with your son. I mean, if I had little kids or even grandkids, I don't have grandkids yet, but, you know, because, I don't know, those little people are important, you know? Is it internal, Kathy? I don't know. It seems like it's all external to me. I mean, I know there's internal changes going on as well, but... Hi, Creek Mary. Good to see you this morning. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say whether it's like parallel realities or the same one that's just quantumly changing somehow. I definitely think there's some kind of quantum stuff going on. Maybe we aren't meant to know the particulars. Kathy says this can drive me nuts and has. Oh, yeah. I'm kind of going through a spell right now, as a matter of fact. You slept. Yay, that's good, Creek Mary. I've been sleeping nonstop. Well, I'd rather see the changes than be a zombie. That's for darn sure, you know. But it's still just so unsettling sometimes, you know. Yeah, I don't know. And I still want to know what it is, why we can see it and other people can't, you know. I don't know. There's got to be something to it. You don't think we're the affected, the non-affected are affected? Yeah. Oh, I would rather be aware. But, you know, sometimes I do wish that none of this was happening at all. But then again, you know, maybe our life would be too boring. Maybe we just the past 4 or 5. Well, yeah. See, like even Martha, she describes it like a caged animal feeling. That's what I feel like too sometimes. Um, yeah, that's what's weird, Vanessa. See, when you said you went to the store and then you heard somebody talking about what you were talking about. See, that kind of thing freaks me out because that happens to me a lot. I mean, or they'll, I don't know. That happens to me a lot, and I don't like it because it just mean to me it's almost like a taunting in a way, I guess, is how I feel about it. I just get like a weird feeling in the pit of my stomach when that happens. Korrie, you've never had that happen to you? I've had it happen and I don't like it. I mean, I just, like I said, I get this, like, it's almost like I feel like people are taunting me. Hope you guys can still hear me. Because it looked like it was buffering for a minute. Yeah, see, it does. It makes me paranoid. I get totally freaked out and paranoid when that happens. Yeah, Evie, most of us have had death or near-death experiences, and see, that's what's freaky. Trying to see if I'm still on. Looks like I am. Brandon, you saw a live stream with Scarab that you had already seen. Yeah, I've talked about the double conversation I heard with them, and that was really weird. You know, like a dimension was bleeding into one, or I could hear their thoughts or whatever. That was probably the craziest thing that's happened to me. And then and then I see repeats a lot of times too. I mean, it's only been like on weird stuff like the TV or something. Well, no, it hasn't been. It's been on other stuff too, but like I'll come back, you know, and it'll just be exactly what I just saw, you know. Yeah, Creek Mary, you say you're trying to be cautious. I'm afraid it might be like the Matrix or Inception where the fake people start going after them when they notice them. Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, Vanessa, I'll tell you that's my leading theory. That I mean, what you just said. But, you know, it is something that's difficult to talk about because people get scared, you know. I don't think MA's scared. I just think he's afraid of scaring other people. QP. I've had the live streams from Scare pop up. Like today it'll pop up and tomorrow it'll pop up again, the same video. It seems like that happens a lot in this world where that people do talk at you. Andrew, I agree. Yeah, me too, Kathy. Yep. Or it's just like, you know, we're not, you know, some people have described it as that we're really not there for them, but they're there for us because, I don't know. Like, we're not in their predominant consciousness, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Well, Brandon, I would like to hear your story sometime. So, let's see. Korrie Jade says, last night, oh, shoot, it scrolled up too fast. Last night, Aqsa saw a repeat of me talking about an aircraft and pasta. Oh my gosh, I went back to the kitchen and the pasta was on the stove boiling. See, you guys are freaking me out already this morning. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. I'm going to have to go back and listen to that. I'll be right back, you guys. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to throw my headphones down. Shoot, it keeps buffering. I'm just afraid I'm not on. I have to check it every now and then. Okay, it looks like it, so I will keep going. I am starving all of a sudden. Weird stuff was happening. I think we all shifted during that stream. Well, I mean, Scott Harrison and I and a couple other people saw Poppy shift for sure. That's what it looked like anyway. Or maybe we were too. I don't know. Like a time loop. Yep. Well, I think I'm wondering if time is getting more fluid as far as where we're not seeing the linear, you know. Scotty said all the comments disappeared on my last video. Yeah. And I think it's weird somehow in these chats, like that the comments change sometimes too. Because people have said that they've seen that as well, where, you know, different stuff will change. You went blank, but you didn't do that? That's so weird. 88 is a time loop, Jet? That's what you're saying? Yeah, I don't know what it is, you guys. There is something going on weird with time for sure. It's kind of like if you've ever seen the movie Interstellar, you know, where he can see all the frames of Murphy's, you know. I don't know why I keep buffering. Kathy says, I'm opening up too and trying not to bring a lot of religion in. Yep. Yeah, I'm about God. If people aren't and can't accept it, oh well, not a me. Yep. Yeah, Korrie, I get that too. And that's what I've been saying. I've been getting that a lot lately. Almost like you feel like you're a caged, like exactly what Martha says. It's caged animal feeling almost. Interstellar is one of my very favorite movies, Vanessa. But, I mean, I feel like, you know, when they show that Tesseract or whatever, you know, I'm thinking that we're starting to see stuff like that now. Sometimes if I'm like with a good friend of mine, you know, I feel like a more safe feeling. And, you know, if I can't be around like that person or another person, sometimes it gives me a lot of comfort. Then, you know, I feel just almost out of control. Yeah, the whole second thing. Let's see if I'm... This internet must be wonky this morning. It's buffering a lot. Repeated events, and I just tell someone something that's like they can see me and they say, well, I must not have been listening. Can you say it again? Yeah. Yep. See, and that's what I'm getting at with that. I think that for some people, they're in our dominant consciousness, but we're not in theirs. And so it's like kind of almost like being ignored or whatever, and it is a little scary, I think. What's changed? Brandon, that has changed. What has changed? Oh, yeah, the one Mississippi, two Mississippi, yeah. Or 1001, 1002, yep. I've even seen it on my clocks on my computer. Like I have, you know, 4 or 5 different clocks on my desktop because I like seeing the times everywhere. But I don't know if it's just that, you know, my computer software or hardware is making it slow down or if it actually is doing it. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. Creek Mary says maybe we were vibrating higher and becoming invisible, like a hummingbird's wings or spirits. Well, haven't some people said that they've seen people kind of go like almost invisible like? I haven't seen anything like that. But I think other people have said that like they've seen people kind of go in and out. Kind of like, you know, the Back to the Future deal, where the pictures are starting to change because they're not going to exist anymore or whatever. Yeah, that's what I think we need to give up trying to bring up the ME with people unless it's, you know, just like if they make a reference to something, like, you know, a couple times I've had people make a reference to something and that's, you know, from the old world or whatever. And I'll say something then, but then usually they'll say, oh, I must have just got it wrong. I mean, they always do that. Your car's invisible? What do you mean by that, Evie? Shoot, with everybody doing all the videos in their cars, if their cars start going invisible, that'll be quite funny. be like Wonder Woman in her invisible plane. Well, guys, my brain hurts. I'm gonna mute the microphone, but I will leave the chat up for a little while until Kathy comes on. But it's always good to talk to everybody. They walk into your parked car and then look surprised. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. If you get to have a lasso. So that's awesome, Vanessa. I know I loved Wonder Woman as a kid too. Well, guys, I'm going to mute the chat, but or mute my mic, but feel free to stay in the chat if you would like. So, and I will see everybody tomorrow. Bye-bye.